GLHF friends, today we have a very special game for you. For those of you who watch my monthly Kickstarter videos, our January show featured a surefire party game called Newspeak. ITB Games were so happy with our feature and what they read that they sent us a review copy. We played it a few times and now I'm ready to report the facts to you point by point. I assure you the following content has been approved by most of the moderators and is 100% green for dissemination. Inside the neon box we find all the components needed to play. Almost. This being a sample copy, I am missing a few key items, mostly the rulebook. The print and play files online have me covered though, but I can't really speak as to how good the rulebook's gonna be. The one I have is just fine. There's some graphic helper stuff I wish I had, but I was able to figure it out okay. The code and location cards are nicely made with easy to read text and graphics. Cardboard moderated punch tokens for the moderation and hack locations are here as well, though they're not listed in my components and I have no idea what they're for. Additionally, we have some nice player screens for the moderators as well as giant tracking boards. Finally, at the bottom of the box, we have the targeting dials for the dissidents. I'm missing the promised timers for each side as well as dry erase markers, but we may do. Let me set up the game and I'll show you how it works. The object here is for the dissidents to communicate via code words to clue them all into a single location on the board that they will then attempt to hack. If more than half of the hacker dissidents manage to agree on the same location, they can flip it to their side. The moderators, however, are trying to decode the dissident's speech, and if they suss out where the dissidents are headed, they win that location, further preventing it from being tampered with. As an example to how this works, here is code card 1B. Take a screenshot of it and note all the locations currently showing. Now, go back to the intro of this video. I've hidden an encoded message to one of these locations in the intro. Go watch it and see if you can figure out which location I'm referring to. Now, normally we could have a conversation back and forth about this in person, but if you pick the fast food location based on what you heard me say at the top, you're right. And assuming none of the moderators clued into us, we've taken one location away from them and we're 2 away from winning. Newspeak is a fun twist on a party game, splitting the difference between games like Werewolf, which require you to figure out who's on what team, and Codenames and Decrypto, which are encoded word guessing. For groups that really get into role-playing, this could be a huge hit. Taking on personas and talking about things that fit an encoded narrative feel really fun when they work, and when they don't, there's plenty of opportunity for hilarious accusation. Overall, Newspeak is a lot of fun, and with play up to 8 people with an expansion and 6 with the base game, it really fits the bill when you've got a larger group. This is the part where I go through the checklist and let you know how everything shakes out based on my personal preferences for board gaming. Since this is a preview of Newspeak, I don't have the actual parts to go over, but I'll tell you about what's here. In the box, rulebook clear and non-gender pronouns. The rulebook still needs tweaking for clarity, but does use they and the team names throughout. Iconography clear. There's very little iconography here, but what does hit the table is pretty obvious given the teams. Packaging well done. What I have is pretty bad in this category, as baggies are sparse and everything's just kind of tossed into the box. However, I'm holding final judgment on this until I get the retail copy. On the table. Good representation. The location cards tend to have more male art than female, but it's not over the top. The player characters play as themselves, so there's no representation to judge there. Component quality. Again, this is hard to tell with what I have. Stay tuned on this one. Replay value. Very, very high. With being able to use synonyms and conversations between dissidents allowed to move freely back and forth, you're going to get a lot of mileage out of this one before it becomes stale. Fun to lose. Because everything's always right out in front of you, you're always going to have that moment of, oh, I see now, I'm such a bad player, right after you lose a location. This almost always prompted our players to clamor for another round, so I'd imagine it'd be the same in your group. Overall, I'm excited about Newspeak and stand by my recommendation of it a month ago. If you backed it, you're going to be glad you followed my advice. If you didn't, I'd highly recommend staying focused on Inside the Box's website to nab one if you can. As always, I'm Nicholas, reminding you to help protect the game population. Always sleeve your cards. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed that video, please hit that sub button and check out all of our other offerings at goodluck5.com. And please consider becoming a patron of the channel at patreon.com/GLHFmagic and help us keep making reviews, videos, and podcasts for as little as $5 a month. We're also always looking for new games to review, so if you make games or you know a company who does and wants to have their game reviewed on Good Luck High Five, please reach out to us at glhf@goodluckhighfive.com and we'd be happy to take a look. You can follow me, Captain N the Game Master, on Twitter and Instagram at CaptainNGM, and follow the channel at GLHF Magic. Remember, please shop at your local game store whenever possible. Until next time, I'm Nicholas, and good luck, high five.